application on your head. Okay. Oh, let's see what practice we have here. Got fingers on. Question. What's your question, soldier? Did you get those comments? Yeah, I did videos. Is that a Shigo patch? It's I don't think it's supposed to be Shigo because intellectual property. But basically, right. It's a mil-spec monkey patch. I think this is a copy. My original patch, the cops stole it when they were carrying through my truck. I'm pretty sure they stole my patch, so I had to go buy another one. It's about like $50 to get this. $50 for a Ralph. When I first bought it, it was like a $5 patch, a $10 patch. But that was like 15 years ago when I bought it. Mil-spec monkeys like out of business. They're like gone. They don't exist anymore. So to get an out of production patch, you have to pay top dollar. It ends up being like collectible. Yeah, I know. Question. You keep saying question. What do you want? Or you need to try Cookout? We got some good options. Cookout? I'm in America, but I've never heard of Cookout. I'm in California, so I don't know if that's like an East Coast chain or Southern or whatever. Gully Pop. Accepting guests? Probably not today. Because I was doing a short live grabbing a burger in this diner. And then I gotta go shower because like I've been in and out of the rain today and my socks are wet. I don't feel good. Ignoring me now. Well, no, I said hi, Taylor. Yeah, got my steel toe boots, and they got a split like in the rubber, and just like every time like a step, like the water's getting up into the boot. I think I could show you guys. Yeah, so like it's split like right there, right? So the water is like getting into the boot, and like this is wet right here. So like all my socks are all wet. Like ew. Yeah, that even happened. They're old, and I think they're like Bellevue. They're not like as good as Bates, so they're a little bit stiffer, and then they just break. It's a worse spot for a split too. Yeah. Stumps. Like no, they're steel toe boots, so the toe part doesn't flex and it just starts flexing right past there. So then that's the spot that splits on the boots. I'm sure if they weren't steel toed, that the whole thing would have lots of flex, then it wouldn't split like that. I mean, but they are old. These were issued in the Marines because we were doing. I need to get some ketchup. It's your birthday. Price is sugar daddy? You're my sugar daddy? Did you drop soap? Yeah. I think inflation has hit the burger diner. Now they got like these tiniest little ketchup cups. Like, are you kidding me? I need to dip my fry in this tiny little thing. Normal sized fry. Would you live 3 hours ago? Why can't I go live twice in one day? They get a happy meal. Oh, Taylor, she wants to join. Okay, fine. Why do these headphones get so tangled?
You need AirPods or something.
I have like a professional work Bluetooth, but it's like phone quality. It's like not good for streaming quality.
Hmm.
So like I go back and I play my lives, like the quality of the audio is terrible, but like at least I could like hear it and it works in the pub. And it takes background noise off, so if I'm in the pub and there's lots of background noise, people can't hear me. At least I can put those on and people will be able to hear me better. But the
True.
audio quality just drops.
Yeah, that's shitty. Oh well. What can you do?
Find one that works better. I mean, it looks good. I bought it because it looks good and it's reputable brand, but it's like meant for taking phone calls.
Is it? I think I found the same exact one on Amazon.
Yeah, I spent like $70 on it or something.
Yeah, sounds about right. I was close to getting it, but then I was like, I want headphones that I can wear while I play on the console, so I'd rather spend money that way. It all works.
Prince.
Gaz's left nutsack says hi.
So does TikTok tell you how many followers you need before you can turn on your camera?
Um, I haven't been able to find it yet, but I'm pretty sure it's around 800. So I don't know.
All right, well, you need to do like some Call of Duty TikToks, then I can like repost it so you get more followers, so you can turn on your camera.
I will have to do that, yes.
Like I got a few people to 1,000. I've been struggling really hard to get Eden to 1,000. She's at like 600 something. Rabbit, I don't even know what she's at now, but she's growing fast.
I'm almost to 250 now on my cause account. But someone just spammed the shit out of my entire account today. So into the shadow realm I go.
Yep.
Oh, that looks freaking delicious. Dude, how many jalapenos did they put on that thing?
These are like andouille peppers, not jalapenos.
Okay,
So
well,
it's just one pepper. They split it, open it up, and then fry it.
I'm blind, so
It's really big.
that's what she said. God, now you're making me hungry. I haven't ate all day.
Well, I haven't eaten all day. Then I'm just like looking across the parking lot to this burger place. I'm like, I think I need to go there again. I don't come here often because sometimes they'll screw up my order. They'll like put like mayonnaise on it, and just like they slather so much on, and I'm trying to like scrape it off the
Really?
napkin, and it's a mess. Or I ask them to put the chilies on, they forget to put the chilies on it.
Oh my God. You had cow stomach and Pop-Tarts for dinner and dessert?
What?
What?
That's odd.
Pop-Tarts I can roll with. I don't know about cow stomach though.
What kind of Pop Tarts?
Me too, Bug. Me too.
I'm hungry. Hi, hungry. I'm dead. You got a box of macaroni and cheese? A box is a unit of measure, not like a bowl of macaroni and cheese.
You ate cow brain? Have you had cow tongue? It's actually not as bad as it sounds. Apparently, you have people eating your dandruff. What?
Is it a good burger? Yes. I come here like a couple times a year.
Um, nom, nom. Oh my God, I'm so fucking tired.
You gonna stay up till midnight for New Year's Eve?
Fuck no. I mean, I probably will end up staying up that late anyways, but not for any specific reason. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to start taking melatonin again because I switched my ADHD meds, so I'm not on Adderall anymore. I'm on Ritalin. So I think that's what's been keeping me up. But I don't fucking know.
Watch the documentary about McDonald's. There's several of them. Which one are you talking about? Like the supersize me, or like the industrial side, where just like everything gets processed through one factory, or like the history of McDonald's, which obviously makes it look like a little better light. There's like three documentaries right there of McDonald's. Yeah, the supersized one. Yeah, like even the French fries. Like all the French fries are processed one factory, then mailed around the country. So like they're cooked and then they're flash frozen. Then you get the restaurant. Then they just basically throw them in the fryer to reheat them. So you're getting French fries that are cooked twice.
Tell her to stop. Tell who to stop what? Me too, Em. Me too.
What a mess.
I was literally just thinking, what a messy burger. Right before you said that. Are we sharing a brain cell today?
I'm not seeing anything Kristen's saying. What's going on here?
I'm not sure. Kids, do I need to whip out the mom voice? Or are you gonna behave like good little children?
She keeps spamming me to join your live. What?
I'm so confused. Shark, you're such a good kid. You're a good kid. Pug, you're a good kid too. You're a good kid too. So are you, actually. Good kid. You're the devil incarnate. You can try.
Do you recognize me, Insomniac Shark? Are you someone else? From Sharky from Angle's Discord server? Oh, yeah. Like we got a medic shark that joins a lot too, so think maybe we're them.
Papilbus? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Papilbus? Is that how you say it?
Papayas?
Papaya? What? I'm gonna just call him Papal.
See if you can get the puppy. Yesterday, it was raining most of the day, so it got like kind of wet.
It's raining here too. Freezing rain, of course. And now it's finally starting to get cold enough to where it was slippery as shit driving home. And there was a 5-car pileup. Not bad, but I mean, still a pileup in town.
I saw a car accident yesterday in the parking lot of Starbucks. In the same spot, I've seen 2 other accidents. I
Jesus.
like to back into parking spots for a lot of reasons. It's a lot safer. And I can go into explanation with that. But also because I keep getting hit in parking lots. I got a big steel bull bar in the front of my truck with like a winch on it.
Oh my god.
So like I can hit things and like cause almost no damage. But I've been hit multiple times in the parking lot. People like back up and like smash their bumper or their taillights on my truck and just like fold it in or smash the light all over the place. And like there's like almost no damage other than like a little smudge because it's like eighth inch thick steel.
I had that happen to me when I had my Malibu. I was at work. I finished my shift. I get the place closed. Walk out to my vehicle. Don't notice anything. Get in my car. Shut the door. Turn it on. I noticed a note in my windshield. I'm like, what? Automatically thought it was like, am I about to get kidnapped? And then I got out and read it, and then I looked at the back of my car, and there was over $800 worth of paint damage done to my vehicle because this guy, his kid, supposedly fell face first onto the concrete, and as he was trying to back up with the screaming child, he wasn't paying attention. That is what he said, and then he wasn't going to pay for it. Which I had hit a very largely thick raccoon the weekend before, which totaled my front right headlight. So he did end up paying, but I got that fixed instead. It was great. But now I have my truck, so.
So in this parking lot outside the Starbucks, it's a corner, and there's parking spaces on both, but like there's like a little cutout
Hmm.
with some barrier posts, and
Yep.
I like to park there, and I like to back in so I don't get hit. And then people with very large pickup trucks always want to park as close as possible for whatever reason. And it's happened twice where a big pickup truck will park right in front of the Starbucks, and someone else will pull into the spot on the other 90-degree angle. Then when that person goes to leave, they hop in their truck, back up, and they turn into what would have been an empty parking spot, but it's not empty anymore because
Oh,
someone parked there, and they smash into an occupied vehicle. And then they get out and they're like, huh? Like you're backing into other parking spaces.
like,
Like
did I do
they could have
that?
just backed up straight and then turned and drove away, where they could have backed up into
Like a normal person would have.
the the lane of traffic, but instead they want to back up, turn into what they think is an empty parking spot, which is it's like that's why I like to back up into a parking spot when you arrive because you can see everything around you, and you know where it's safe to back up.
Yeah, that's understandable. I usually back up into parking spots too, but one thing, okay,
So it's like,
random
I
fact.
used to do that as a habit before anybody told me, because it just felt better. And I couldn't explain it right. And then people like pressured me to just be normal, just pull in, front ways when you arrive. Like, you quit being weird, yada, yada, yada. And I was working for a utility company where we have like 20,000 or more employees. And
Hmm.
when you have that many employees in a company, you can create lots of data on things like the car accidents, because you end up getting however many car accidents a year. And
Yep.
over half the car accidents were backing up. And most of those were in parking lots. And so they have meetings just like, hey, we can reduce our accidents in half by not backing up. And then everyone kind of laughs and like no, but really. And they had like some like car safety instructors come on by, and they're talking about accidents that are backed up that were preventable, and then why it's safer to, like, it's been analyzed why it's safer to back into a parking space rather than pull forward. And so when you arrive to a place, you can see everything around you and you know where everything is, and that's a point when it's safest to back in, because you have to back in when you arrive or when you leave, so you have to back up any time. So you
Hmm.
have to, why not do it when you're arriving and you have a good layout what's going on? Because if you drive in forward and then back up later, then you're talking about, you're looking around the parking lot, and then you're getting into your vehicle, and then you're putting on your seatbelt, and then you're starting, and then you're putting it in gear, taking your parking brake off, and while you're doing all that, the world's changing around you, and then you could back up into something
Yep.
you can't see because there's less of a stability.
Hmm.
And something that they had was like, someone was backing up a truck and was making a beeping noise, and some little kid was like, "Hey, mom, what's that beeping noise?" And she's like, "It's just on to find out where the bird was." So the kid's like looking underneath the truck, and the kid got ran over.
Mm.
Then another one was they parked on a customer's property on the side drive by their house, and when the guy did the walk around on the truck, and he put all the stuff away into his vehicle, and he started backing up out of the driveway, and he ran into the customer's car.
Oh.
And he's like, the car wasn't there when I did my walk around. And she's like, I don't know what happened. And luckily the customer was honest, and he's like, oh, I forgot something at home, and I had to run back really fast, so I just ran up, parked in the driveway, ran to the house, yada yada yada. And he says that he was oblivious to the fact that the guy was already backing up and in motion when he got out of his car and ran to his house.
How do
It's
you
like it can happen that fast.
how do you not see the taillights though? How do you,
Right. I guess it was like during the daytime, so I mean, if it's the middle of the day and a lot of the light out,
but work
and it's just like,
vehicles should always be fully up to code with everything, so it should have been
oh
bright
yeah, they
enough to
are.
where it should have been seen.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh Lord.
So it's like, well, if he backed into the customer's property and then left forward and drove out, then you would not have hit him, because the work trucks have like really poor visibility. Because have two little mirrors on the outside to see behind you.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. No, I even find it easier to parallel park with my truck than I ever have with the cars that I've had.
Yeah, I definitely feel that, but I don't know why. And sometimes driving instructors give like bad information too. 'Cause I remember I was criticized because my mirrors were too far in, and I liked it because in each mirror I could see behind me.
Yeah.
And if I need, and I've got good peripheral vision, so if I'm going to see a vehicle to my sides, I can see it to my side. I can turn my head, and see my blind spot, and make a lane change. That's
Yeah.
what I was comfortable with. And then the guy was saying you shouldn't be able to see the side of your vehicle in the rearview mirror. You should move the mirror out so you just see like a hint of the side of your car, or nothing on the side of the car, because then you get to see more of your blind spot. And he's giving me the whole breakdown, and I was just like, yeah, but then I can only see directly behind me in my rearview mirror if above if my vehicle is not full of equipment.
Yeah.
So I can't see directly behind me unless I have that. Then if I so then I drove like that. And I just didn't like the feeling, and I find myself like leaning, like trying to bob
Yeah.
around to like move myself around the mirrors,
Yeah.
and then turning and looking and then driving. And just like felt really uncomfortable. And then I
Good
realized,
night, Papa.
like when I drew it down on a diagram, like why his explanation made sense, but why I didn't like it and I didn't like the feeling because there's a huge blind spot behind me,
Yep.
and I could see more to the sides, but I don't need that because I can turn my head perfectly fine. I can look around to my sides. I can't
Yeah.
see behind me. That's what I want my rear view mirror to actually show.
Yeah.
So then
I'm the same
I
way.
move my mirrors over.
I Yeah, I'm the same way. I have to have them turned in more. But it's
And then I
nice because on my Ford, I have the extra small mirror that points outwards more, so I can still have extra space to see more of my blind spots to the sides, which I do like. And oh my God, I will say one thing about 2019 Chevy Silverados. The blind spot in the front of the vehicle where they have um the the grabby handles. Sorry. um, but what's it called? The freaking. Do you know what I'm talking about, or am I just making nonsense?
I don't know what they're called, but yeah.
But yeah, it's so wide on both sides. I had the hardest time with. Oh, it's so bad. Like if there was a tree or anything that was blocking my side window, I could not see anything to the left of me at all. It's bad. Kind of glad I got a Ford, but
It's like when I had a '52 Willys Jeep. Everyone told me how unsafe it was, and I need to like put seatbelts in it and put a roll bar in it and all the rest of this stuff. And I was just like, man, the visibility is so good in that thing. I couldn't imagine getting into an accident. Because you can see everything and you
right?
can avoid everything. And that's probably one of the reasons it's so good in off-roading, because you can just like lean over and just see
See and
where
go
your
for
wheel
it.
is going,
Yeah.
going over every rock and missing like the little branches and stuff.
Dude, Jeeps up here in the wintertime, not safe at all. When my sister-in-law had her Jeep, we were driving around the Mississippi. I mean, not entirely around the Mississippi, but through bridges and stuff where we can go. It's like a 3 mile drive, I think, around that we usually take once a year to go bar hopping. And doing that while it's snowing and there's already ice on the roads is not fun. I also don't feel like I'm not touching the ground.
My Pathfinder is limited slip in the rear, and I got four-wheel drive, but I've like almost never used the four-wheel drive in the snow unless I was off-road in the snow.
Yep.
And then I'm always told I have to carry chains. And a couple times I was like, I had to stay on the side of the road because I didn't have chains. So then I bought chains, but then I ended up never having to use them because the vehicle does so well.
Yeah.
I got the cheap off-road all-terrain mud and snow tires, and it's got limited slip, and it handles so well.
Well, and when you got good tires too, I mean, that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense if you're in a little passenger car with like really small tread.
Oh my God. Speaking of car tires, I was driving my coworker home the other day, and on my way back to work, there was, I don't remember what kind of car it was, but it was just a little sedan. And the back right tire was like a dirt bike tire. It was tilted so bad. It was absolutely hilarious. Oh my god. People just never cease to amaze me with their stupidity sometimes. Hi, Foxy.
Some of these
How are you?
spares are just so small.
Yeah, that too. That and tires are
Like just
just
for emergency
becoming
use, just to get you to
atrociously
somewhere
expensive.
yeah. Yeah, when I got out of the Marines and I had that crappy job, machine shop the first time, I'm making crap wages. I had to buy one tire at a time.
Oh, God.
Like it's like
Oh,
one paycheck, I go buy one tire, and I put that on a rim, and I put that on. I wait for the next paycheck 2 weeks later, and I go buy one more tire and put that on one more rim.
oh my God. Tedious. That's funny.
Yeah, except it would have been like $800 in tire plus mounting fees. Oh wait, no. I didn't do five because I wanted to do spare too. So it'd be like over $1,000 in tires plus mounting fees. So that's why I had to spread out like every
Freaking,
2 weeks for the paycheck.
freaking crazy.
Yeah, so it took like 3 months for me to replace all my tires.
I got my oil changed a couple months ago, and they ended up like rotating my tires and all this stuff, and they checked out a couple of other things, and it was surprisingly cheap. It was under 150, I want to say, for all of it. And I'm like, uh, are you sure? Are you absolutely positive? Like, it was a dealership in town that I haven't been to before, but they cater to Ford, so I was like, maybe I'll just do that instead of running an hour to Rochester to have them
My
do it and take
my
fucking 10
RV
hours.
truck takes 22 quarts of oil plus the filter holds 2 quarts, so it's 24 quarts for a whole oil change.
Jeez.
So it ends up being, man, last time I changed the oil on that, oh, it's been in the museum for a few years, so last time I changed the oil was like 2016, and it cost almost $120 just in oil. And then I put a kiddie pool under it, and then I put the oil pan thingy just in case they need overspill, because the oil drip is hold about 2 quarts. So I was drink
Not
it,
the kiddie
then
pool.
get it full, and then quickly put the little cap back in. All was still draining, and then take that, then dump that, then put it back in, and then open it up. I put cardboard down, and then I put the kiddie pool, then I put the oil drain pan thing down.
Nice. Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah. There's like 2 feet of clearance underneath it, so it was like really easy to crawl underneath it and work on it.
Nice. I have a 2-inch spacer kit that I want to put on for the front because I hate when vehicles dip low in the front. Like I get why, but I like it to be even. It's like part of my OCD.
Yeah.
But I just got it in like March, April maybe. So like it's still under warranty, and I don't want to void the warranty, but like, ugh,
That's something I always pointed out about the Toyotas. The Toyotas always kind of like rode more like a pickup truck, and the Nissans always rode a little more like a Jeep. So when you loaded the Nissan down, it would always sit level. You load a Toyota down, it drops the back down, and like the front's sticking up, like a
yeah,
pickup truck, like it's overloaded. So it's just like that's one of the things that kind of clued me into. I think the Nissans would be a better off-road vehicle back when I was first getting into them, and it ends up being true. And it's like it has torsion bars across the entire frame of the vehicle. So that's why when you load one side down, the whole thing dips rather than it being uneven.
I feel like Nissans in general are good vehicles for like gas mileage and stuff, but The Nissan trucks, oh god, don't even get me started on the Jeep trucks. I'm sorry. Like, that is a conversation that should have never even happened in the first place.
I mean, I'm not familiar with newer vehicles.
You'll
But go
have to
ahead.
look up Jeep trucks after we get off.
Okay. I
They
mean, I've
just
seen like
look
memes
so
about how bad they
weird.
are.
Oh my god, it is so bad. They're so
Well,
boxy. They look like oh
the first
shit.
one was like the M170, and then the civilian version was a CJ6, and those were the extended bedded Jeeps because it was an ambulance, and then it was like the extended bed for the civilian market, and then from that came like the pickup ish kind of series. Some of them look like really old ones. Like
You
modern
drive as
ones,
well as
which I'm sure there's
Ghost?
like nothing there.
Yeah, I don't know. But for a large pickup truck like what I have, I think it's like a 3 ton maybe. I don't know. It's a 2019 Ford. That's just an F-150. But I mean, I get 18, 19 miles to the gallon, like no matter where I'm going, which is really nice. Like, and it helps that I work in town, so I'm only 10 minutes away from work. So I save a lot of money on gas
I think
considering it's like $100 to fill my fucking tank.
I think I get about 19 miles a gallon. But for like a 94, that's pretty impressive.
What do you drive? What kind of truck you drive?
94 Nissan Pathfinder.
Oh yeah, those aren't bad.
Mine's pretty modified.
The
So I got
older Nissan trucks are
the
definitely
factory.
nice.
Yeah, I got all the factory extra goodies. But then I took the brush guard off and I put the bull bar on it. Put the 9,000 pound Warren winch on it. With the factory tow package. I equipped it with solar, so I got a solar system in there, and like a little table over the passenger seat. And I got a fridge in the back.
Oh my
And I put a
god.
folding table in the tire rack. So like the cooking videos, that's me cooking out the back of my truck. I open up the tire rack and I fold the table down. And then I got the refrigerator in the back, so I can cook and keep stuff in the fridge. So I
Oh
used to
my
have like a cooler,
god.
but then it's just like you ever do a lot of camping?
I have never actually been camping.
Okay. Well, just like you have to have a cooler to bring your food and your drinks. Then you have to buy ice. And if you camp for a long period of time, then you got to leave camp to go into town to get ice to bring it back. So
Yep.
keeping stuff cold is like a hassle. And then water often gets in the food, and then like the whole like cooler is kind of contaminated, and then you get like a
Yeah.
water and ice slushy. Then
Ew.
the food gets into that, everything's funky. And if you like have
Gross.
like if you have hamburger meat, and there's like the hamburger blood stuff gets everywhere, then like
Yep.
everything's slimy. So
Ew.
then I started having like a cooler just for the drinks, and then a cooler just for like the meat, and then a separate cooler. So I have like a small like lunch cooler just for the steaks and hamburger meat. So if anything goes bad with that, it's just like all the meat steaks contaminated, and then like cheese and eggs and milk and whatever's in the big cooler, and then a cooler just for the beer. So it ended up being 3 coolers. But now I got a little refrigerator that runs off 12 volt. That's meant for cars and like cabins and stuff.
Jesus. You'll have to send me a video
Send
of
you the
what it
videos.
all looks like because I'm so curious now.
I have them on my personal TikTok account, but that's back when you could only do like 1 minute, so I could like put them like together and then show it like just for friends or something.
Or you could just take a video on Snapchat.
My truck's full of stuff right now, so I really can't show off the setup.
Trust me, I'm sure I've seen worse with my dad's farm truck.
No, I mean it's like packed full of like work stuff, so I can't even show you the solar system because it's buried.
Oh, okay, that's fair. When my dad was actually going to his mom's farm like every day, it was, oh my God, I can't even name all the shit that he had sitting in the back of the car or in the back of the truck, plus in the tailgate, plus in the passenger seat. I mean, you could barely see out the fucking windows. That's old Farmer Joe for you, though, I guess. Jesus. And that truck, I swear to God, he is so lucky that thing still runs. Barely, but it still runs. I think it's like a 2012 GMC. He was headed home one time from the farm, which, mind you, there's like no cell service halfway. And he calls my mom and he's like, I ain't gonna be home for a while. The axle busted. We're like, sorry, what? He's like, the axle busted. Like, just completely chill about it. And on top of that, I can't tell you how many times that man has hit deer, multiple deer with that same truck, and that thing still barely runs. He had it sitting in the driveway for a solid 2 months, just trying to charge the battery, trying to do everything that he thinks he can do to it to make it run again. And then we finally got him to take it into the shop, and they had it for another month and a half. And then it didn't want to start right away after we got it back home. It's like that truck is a hot mess. It's the epitome of my life at the moment.
Well, my transmission blew up the first time. I had to get it like towed back home and drop it in the driveway, and then I had to save up money to afford to fix it. So it sat for like 8 months, and I was getting so worried. Like, man, it hasn't ran in a long time. Like, am I gonna put a new battery in it? Am I gonna have to start it up? Is the gas lean gonna like go bad and clog up the fuel injectors?
Right.
Which it may have because I did have to replace all the fuel injectors a couple years later.
Oof.
But at that point in time, it had about 240,000 miles on it.
Dude, I don't even want to know how many miles my dad has on his truck. I really don't. It's
Right now,
probably
I'm like well over 400,000.
I'm pretty sure my dad's is pushing 300. It's at
I'm
the
on
end of
I'm
its
on my sec
lifespan.
I'm on my second transmission, and like a lot of stuff's been replaced.
But I mean, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If she's still running, she's still running.
Just keep fixing it.
Exactly. Cheaper than buying a new vehicle these days. You would literally cry if you had an animal. So I was sober cabbing. That reminds me. I was sober cabbing my brothers
Chat
and
hasn't moved for me in
sister-in-law.
like 10 minutes.
Huh?
Chat's not moving for me. Foxy joined, then I see
Oh.
Koenig said hello and EM liked the live, and nothing's been moving for a while.
Oh. Okay, well then I'll update you. Kruger said, ONG, Papa Price, guess what happened to me? Bug said, I'm back. I want a motorcycle, but I can't even drive a car. M said, I'm back. At Bug, same. At M, I drive as well as Ghost. Mariella said, I'm really tired. I'm going to bed. Have a good night, guys. Oh, I didn't say good night to Marielle. And then Moth joined in and said hi. And Bug says, I drive like an old lady. IBV, I don't know who that is, said Captain Price with a heart. And then Bug said, I would literally cry if I hit any animal. That's your chat.
Okay.
But going back to the story, I was oh Shadow and Friends says hi. Captain Price Enthusiast says hey with a heart. Um So we're having my two brothers and my sister-in-law. They weren't married at the time. Anyways, um, it was dark outside. I think it was like 1 or 2 in the morning. And I'm driving down 42, which is a very well-known road for its twists and turns and its fucking blind spots and everything else. And going over one of the little bridges, I all I could see was this little dark shadow figure like dart across the road, and then I felt a bump. And I immediately started crying. I'm like, "Oh my god, what did I just hit?" And my sister-in-law started crying. She was like, "Taylor, you just hit a cat. What the fuck?" I felt so bad. Dude, it was so bad. I still hope and pray to this day that I hope he went quickly. Like I know that sounds bad, but like
I
I absolutely
was
adore
I was
animals.
driving down a country road, and I always avoid eating like snakes. And then I'm driving, and then my fiance said, "I can't believe you just did that." I said, "Did what?" It's like, "You hit a snake." I was like, "What? No, I didn't." He's like, "You just ran it back over there." And it's like, "I didn't see it. And I didn't even feel it." I'm like, "Oh my god!" It's like, hopefully it was a rattlesnake, because we have rattlesnakes,
So,
gophers, snakes in California, king snakes out here.
uh,
And I don't know how he didn't see it, because it was like the middle of the day in the country on a black road. So I should have seen it, and I don't know why I didn't.
so on my grandpa's farm, well, now my aunt's farm. My Most of my grandparents are deceased. Anyways, um whenever we would bale hay or do square bales or anything, we would always find garden snakes just poking their heads out of the bales after they're already rolled, and they're just like stuck in there trying to bite at you. Most of the time, they either got their head cut off or whatnot. Um, but yeah, yeah. I haven't hit anything else with a vehicle or anything that I know of, except for my mom's garage door. But I was also choosing between hitting the garage door or backing into my brother's truck, which was a newer truck at the time. And I was like, let's not wreck the $50,000 truck.
Yeah.
Which it's fine because my other brother backed into my dad's truck, a different truck, and left a ginormous dent in the driver's side door. So I'm like, at least it's not worse than that. It was fixable, at least. Oh, Bug said, animals are my weak spot. I would cry when I was little when my mom would take me fishing.
Fishing.
Oh my god. Used to love going fishing with my grandpa so much. It was the best pastime of my life. If I could go back to any memory, it would be those. 100%.
I did some fishing TikToks
You do?
way back, I think a year or two ago, because
Oh
somebody
god, I
made
don't.
TikTok that was like, "Mom said I can go fishing with Captain Price," and then like she had like a little like a vest on and a hat, and so I went to I had a tackle box I'm using as a toolbox, so then I had grabbed that and I ran to like a little Goodwill store and got their fishing poles, and they didn't have line or anything. They didn't have like a reel or a line or any hooks, but I just grabbed the fishing poles just for making videos.
Mm-hmm.
So like I got a couple of me like walking down by the creek and then like casting, but there's like no lure or anything. So it's like then and taking a video and opening up a beer and drinking a beer and like
I'll have to stalk your account after this then.
look
See if
look
I can
way back.
find it.
I mean, even if I was on a fast network, I just like scroll like way back to find that.
Oh,
But then that might have been on my old account that got banned, and then this new account. Maybe I put it on this new account. Maybe it's on the old account. I mean,
Pookie Price got banned?
yeah. I mean,
What?
it's in my profile. It says banned at 15K. It used to be Captain spelled out, Captain Price cosplay, and then my account disappeared. I couldn't get it back. And after like a month or two, I'm like, I guess I'll make a new account. So now it's CPT Captain Price cosplay.
It works.
And that's why some of my accounts are Captain spelled out, and then some of them are CPT. So I knew
Okay,
I could mix like both now.
that makes more sense. So I was like, huh? When I noticed it at first,
Yeah,
that makes more sense.
yeah. So I was gonna have those like everything Captain spelled out Price cosplay on email and YouTube and Instagram and everything. And then I was on TikTok, and then the TikTok account got banned. I'm like, crap. And it
Now
sucks
you're
because I
stuck.
never cashed out my gifts either. So I have no idea how much money was in that thing before it disappeared.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Oh well. It's in the past now.
Yeah. I know it was well over 150.
My mom just texted me. She made chocolate chip oatmeal banana bread. So I'm gonna go munch because that shit is delicious. Um and I ain't passing that up. So I will talk to you later.
I'll cut the live too.
Sounds good. Good night, everybody. Hope you're having a good night. Bye.
Bravo 6, going dark.